Hello, universe. Welcome to my world. Angelina Jordan has no trouble dipping into the past, going back 50, 60 years, reminding us of different era. Sometimes she does it with a TikTok version, sometimes with Instagram, sometimes with a full cover. And today we're going back to the 60s and 70s, and we're going to listen to a hit from the 60s from Dionne Warwick called I Say a Little Prayer. To introduce this song, let's hear it from a group called Stories, which do stripped down acoustic versions with rotating musicians and singers. This is based on Aretha Franklin's version, which we will also hear shortly.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you.
Next, we will hear a version from Diana King. Her version is described as something between reggae and pop, but to me it sounds more like pop. And this song is from the 90s, and it featured in a movie, My Best Friend's Wedding. Next, we're hearing from a group called Bomb the Bass, and this category I would call drum and bass. This genre was more popular in the 80s and 90s.
Moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And while combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now.
Next, we're going to Germany, and we're hearing from a group called Boss Hoss. Occasionally, I like to throw in a bit of a novelty, and this I would call cowboy style.
The moment I wake up, before I pull my jeans up, I say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now, and wondering what hat you wear now, I'll say a little prayer for you.
Next, we're going to California, and we're listening to Scary Pockets. They're another group with rotating musicians and singers, and they do a funk version.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I sing a little bit for you. While combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I sing a little bit for you.
Because Angelina Jordan is primarily a jazz singer, I try and include a jazz performance as well as the song, just so we can keep it in perspective. This is Meg Birch, who came to prominence on an English talent show.
I'll comb in my hair now, wondering what dress to wear now. I say a little prayer for you. Forever, forever, you'll stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. Oh, how I love you together. Together, that's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me.
This song, I Say a Little Prayer, is somewhere between pop and soul. But now we're going to listen to three different soul versions. The first is from a group called the Kingdom Choir, and their version is somewhere between soul and gospel. And then we're going to hear from a group called the Dells. And they don't just do a soul version, but I would call this a 70s soul version. They remind me a bit of Earth, Wind and Fire. And then, of course, we have the incomparable Reverend Al Green, who is immediately recognizable.
Say a little prayer for you.
Next, we're approaching the original. Dionne Warwick performed this song in the late 60s. I knew her more from the early 60s. There were three memorable songs which I strongly associate with Dionne Warwick. First is Don't Make Me Over, then I remember Anyone Who Had a Heart, and then Walk On By. These were all from the early 60s. And then we will hear her original version.
Don't make me over. Now that I do anything for you. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too.
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you.
But within a year of Dionne Warwick releasing that song, it was covered by Aretha Franklin. And I wonder if most people think of this as an Aretha Franklin song rather than a Dionne Warwick song. Because Aretha Franklin is the queen of soul, and it really does show how she just completely takes over this song.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. Oh yes I do. While combing my hair now, and wondering which dress I'm gonna wear now. I say a little prayer for you. Oh yes I do.
And there's another massive superstar who covered the song in the 90s, who happens to be the cousin of Dionne Warwick, and her name is Whitney Houston.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. Oh, yes. And while combing my hair now, and wondering what dress I'm gonna wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Come on.
And then we have a 16-year-old Norwegian girl come along, also performing the song. What can she do that's different? What can she do to make us hear it fresh again? Let's have a listen.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now, and wonder what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you, yeah.
You have a minute? I have a special treat for you. You know, this channel only does Angelina Jordan videos, and we've reached 100 now. And I want to show you why. The performance, which just came out, which for me says it all. It's Angelina Jordan singing alongside her grandmother, and it's heavy, and you can really see the very strong mutual adoration that they have between them. Not only is her grandmother her biggest fan, but she hangs on every note, and she gives Angelina Jordan such positive reinforcement. Angelina Jordan said many years ago in an interview that her grandmother,
Mormor, hun veldig inspirerende, og jeg elsker den.
and when you listen to Angelina Jordan singing in this video, you can really see how she's inspired by the presence of her grandmother. And for me, I consider this to be Angelina Jordan's best performance of Bohemian Rhapsody. Her grandmother is shaking her head in disbelief, and not only is she hanging on to every word, but she's hanging on to every note, which almost encourages Angelina Jordan to make it very, very rich. This is just an amazing performance.
Mama, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Well, baby, can't do this to me, baby. just gotta get out, just gotta get out of me. Yeah. Nothing really matters. Anyone can say nothing really.
We will continue to be amazed by Angelina Jordan. Okay, gang, I'm out of here. I'll catch you later. Bye.